To some, this barge is an eyesore. It's been here for weeks, washing up on shore during one of BC's atmospheric rivers. But for one couple, it is a literal and figurative landmark in their 5 years and counting romance, as it was part of their Christmas Day proposal.
We were both in Thailand at the same time and we didn't know. And then we happened to randomly meet at a friend's party and just got to talking and realized that we had both been in Thailand. And so we started talking about that.
The duo slowly got to know one another and eventually moved in together due to the pandemic. Months ago, Patrick realized it was time to pop the question.
He's used to these epic places and tops of mountains and things like that. So the bar was kind of set high if I wanted to go that route. But then I also figured that if I went that route, he would know something is up.
That's because Callum works as a travel photographer. So Patrick decided to ride the wave and move ahead with his plan.
He loves Christmas, and I saw the forecast was 100% chance of snow, so that seemed perfect. And we actually hadn't been to the barge yet. He set up the camera on timer, so it would just go every couple seconds and just take photos. So it was on the tripod. And then, so we're just standing there like this, taking photos. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I gotta like bend on one knee any second now. And then I just all of a sudden just decided to bend down. And he's like, I could see in his face, he was kind of like, for a second, maybe thought I was joking. Then he was like, I could see the shock in his eyes as he was like computing what was happening, and his eyes were welling up, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect.
And yes, Callum was surprised.
And when I started like thinking back after he proposed, I was like, oh, he went and showered, he went and got ready like, super early in the morning. Then it started to make sense a little bit.
The date has been rough for Callum. His mom passed away Christmas 5 years ago. Patrick received a blessing from both Callum's dad and sister.
And I didn't want to do it on that day if they were not comfortable with it. And she actually was just like, that would be so nice to have this, joyous thing happen on that day, because sometimes it is hard for them, obviously.
The couple hasn't set a date for their nuptials, but there's one thing they're certain about.
I think we have to somehow incorporate the barge into our wedding at some, if it's still there, maybe an after party or something, I don't know.
In Vancouver, Ria Ranouf, City News.